Hey everybody, welcome to Hodgkin's 2 Electric Boogaloo. I am your still in the hospital host, Julio DeSanctis, and tonight we are going to talk about the smell of chemotherapy. So what's particularly frustrating about this is that I guess nobody else smells it. I don't know. I've mentioned it to the nurses on this floor, to the doctors that come by, to my wife, to a friend, and they're all just like, yeah, I don't smell what you're talking about. And that means one of two things. One, they are either gaslighting me in an effort for me to question my sanity, where I go from the hospital on chemo to the loony bin, which, you know what? Some of them might be planning that behind my back. I'm not sure. Um, or or they genuinely can't smell it and it's just in my nostrils and the taste in my mouth from these IV bags and shit. In which case I constantly think of the great Leonard Skinner song, Can't You Smell That Smell, right? The smell that surrounds you. And apparently it's surrounding me and they can't smell the smell. And listen, I celebrate the entire Leonard Skinner catalog. I grew up going to pit parties and field parties and train trestle parties, and where guys would just arbitrarily yell skin up, and then all the other dudes would take off their shirts. And as if that's not a sign that there's a lot of repressed homosexuality in rural America, I don't know what is. But either way, I love Leonard Skinner. I just like to have more Leonard Skinner songs in my head, right? Like, why can't I have They Call Me the Breeze in my head every time I pass gas? Or how about play fucking Freebird? Like, who doesn't yell play Freebird at a concert, right? But no. And my particular favorite was probably Give Me Three Steps. Give me three steps, mister. Give me three steps toward the door. Anyway, so I have this smell, and I can't, and it doesn't go away, and it smells like sort of maybe a high school janitor closet, if you know the chemicals coming out of there, or depending on what kind of janitor you had at your high school. For a brief period of time at John Babst, we had what I recall to be a janitor that every now and then when you walk by the janitor's closet, you smelled booze, you smelled scotch or whiskey or some kind of rock gut, and he would occasionally maybe hook you up with a buy or a nip or something. And I'm fairly certain that that might have been the same guy that later on in his tenure as a janitor, like dated a high school girl, and everybody just thought it was like kind of cool. Um, in which case that gives you an idea how fucked up things were in 1991, 92. But maybe it was a different guy. I don't exactly remember. Either way, that's the janitor closet. Think of the chemically bleachy smell, not the this janitor's a lush and he's drinking during the day smell. So there's that. Then on top of all that, because everyone says they don't smell what I smell, I have my like Will Ferrell as Mugatu in Zoolander moment where I'm like, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills, and because it's a lot, it's in everything and it's all the time. And I have scarfed down like a half a tin of Altoids to try and alleviate the smell, and I've had all these Ricolas, um, to alleviate the smell, and it just won't go away. So anyway, I'm about to have dinner, and I'm hoping I can, mitigate the smell long enough to get to manage a meal. I'm hoping I didn't ruin your dinner with all this information. And lastly, I think I'm going to add to this discussion, as I look at my eye and with my shiny bald head, I think I'm going to go with an eye patch. I think that's what this is going to go to. I'm going to become like a super villain. I'll wear linen suits. I'll speak like Sidney Greenstreet, maybe Peter Lorre, who was not bald and did not wear an eye patch. But that's what I think this eye is going to get me to. A crazy eye, a pirate eye. All right. Well, that's it for tonight. Fuck cancer. Keep fighting the good fight. I'll be here for as long as they'll let me, and eventually I'll bust out and I'll do these videos from home while I recover.